Hey everyone, it's Ron Milligan with Remax Select here, coming to you with my weekly update on the real estate market, and we're going to be looking at the numbers from the week of Christmas. But I want to say I hope you all are looking forward to a great 2022, and you've been enjoying the snow that we've been having. I certainly have. So this week of Christmas, title companies were closed on Friday and the county was closed on Friday. Deeds were not getting recorded. So it is a week that we generally see a real suppressed amount of activity, closings, new pending deals, and new listings, that sort of thing. And this week or this year held true. The number of homes sold was around 588. Last year, I looked at what we did last year. It was only 555. So we did better than we did last year, even though for much of this time period, we've been outpacing our volume of transactions in 2021 with the volume of transactions we saw in 2022. And of course, 2022 through winter and into spring, that's when our market was just going great guns and gearing up for that crazy frenzy we experienced at the beginning of 2021. So anyway, that 588 that we saw was probably the lowest, or maybe the second lowest number of transactions closed in any given week in 2021. And again, it's probably due to the holiday season, plus in the short work week, plus a decreased demand by buyers. And I'll get to that in a second. And part of that also might be because there just isn't a whole lot to buy out there. So the number of active listings, our supply portion of the supply and demand equation, decreased by 8.7% versus the previous week. And that's just been what we've been seeing pretty much since September, a regular decrease in the number of active listings, sometimes by pretty significant numbers. However, we have also been tracking, for the last maybe 6 weeks or so, a decrease in buyer demand in the number of pending transactions, decreasing week after week after week. So the pending deals went down 5.6% versus the previous week. So it's not falling as quickly as the number of active listings are falling, but it is falling as well. The number of new listings was almost non-existent, and the number of new pending deals was probably the lowest number of new pending transactions we've seen all year. So buyer and seller activity was extremely low this last week. So that brings us to just a couple of things. One is the average sale price, about $576 versus the same time last year, $508. I think probably where we're going to end up with our year-over-year comparison of the average sale price, all 12 months of 2020 versus all 12 months of 2022, which is how we typically measure that, it's probably going to end up just shy of 16%. We will know that in somewhere around the second week of January when RMLS releases its year-end numbers, and I will of course bring those numbers to you. So I hope you're all going to have a great and safe New Year's, and we'll see you in 2022.